What's going on, everybody? Robert from Virginia Geek comes another live talk from my car. Yesterday worked out decently, so I'm going to try it again. So hopefully you guys will stick around with all of this. Today I want to talk about the importance of the Snyder Cut and kind of the comments that Henry Cavill has made. Now, before I get going on the road, I'm going to read the comments real quick, which I think really encapsulates a lot of what we've been supporting and talking about for so long now. And he starts, I'm just really excited to see his vision realized when he's talking about Snyder and the Snyder Cut. He got to be the train. I think it's only fair that the train gets to reach its station, which he was aiming for, and I think it's important that that vision is realized. Whether you agree with it or not, it doesn't matter. It's a storyteller's, it's a filmmaker's right to have that vision realized. I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to see what that vision was and how it looks. He continues to say, Zach's got the advantage of hindsight now. It's going to be even better. I just want to see a good movie or series of movies. That's all very, very interesting, especially the series of movie thing. But let's get into the importance of the Snyder Cut, because I think a lot of people still don't realize how important the Snyder Cut is, not just from the standpoint of Zack Snyder and his fans and what we're getting, but I think it's important as well when it comes to all directors and all filmmakers in the industry. And for me, if you ask me, I have to say that this is the beginning of something that's going to be bigger in regards to filmmaking and what we're going to see in the future, because the fans really pushed for this. You see it right now going on with the Alita Army for Alita Battle Angel. We have some people who are really pushing for a sequel for that. They have recently talked about getting it re-released. They put on a re-release movement for Cinemark to re-release it in theaters, and they're doing it now, which is fantastic, phenomenal. I can't wait. I'm hoping to go see it. I didn't get to see it in theaters first time around. Definitely going to go see it now. But what's really, really, really important about this is just the artistic integrity of the filmmakers, of the directors, of the writers. Sometimes you have to remember that, with money involved, there's so many times when a specific producer or head of a studio will come in and attempt to change the vision that the storyteller has. That happened with Zack Snyder's Justice League. John Berg, Jeff Johns, they came in and they affected what ended up being the 2017 release of Justice League. With the Snyder Cut, we're definitely getting something bigger, something more than what Jeff Johns or John Berg or Tushihara ever wanted from this movie. So it's rather amazing and fantastic that we're getting this. Now, the reason why I really wanted to bring up Henry Cavill's comments on that is because of his choice of words. He explains that he's excited to see that movie, or as he puts it really quick here, the series of movies. People keep asking, a lot of people keep asking, are we going to get more than just Zack Snyder's Justice League? Are we going to get part 2? Are we going to get part 3? Is Zack going to be able to finish his entire arc that he intended? Now, the short answer of that is yes, I believe he's going to be able to do that. A lot of what we've seen, whether it's from insiders or scoopers, from what has been revealed, what is coming out, a lot of signs are pointing to that being the case, and we are going to get the entirety of Zack's arc. Now, that doesn't mean to say that it's a definite, that we're 100% getting it, because it also relies on how well Zack Snyder's Justice League does. If it is a bust, if it fails on HBO Max, they can just as quickly cancel that idea and that plan as quickly as they could green light anymore. Now, Ben Affleck is coming back as Bruce Wayne Batman in the upcoming Flash movie. He has a large amount of control over the character and the arc of that character in the film. His character was a very important, integral part of what Zack Snyder was building. And Ben Affleck signed on specifically because of that vision, because of the control that both he and Snyder had on the character moving forward. It's hard to imagine that he would sign on to a movie like The Flash if he's not going to have a similar amount of control and vision for where that character is going. A lot of people want to say that, okay, maybe they're going to be killing off his Batman in The Flash. I don't think that's going to happen because the arc that Snyder was building was leading to the death of Bruce Wayne, the death of Batman. And it is a very, very important part of that story. So if there's even a chance that they're going to get to finish Zack Snyder's Justice League, they're not going to kill him off in the Flash movie. Now, it's not to say that that's not to say that his role in the Flash movie won't essentially end his time in the continuity of the films of the DCEU, because we know that we're going to get a whole bunch of other films in regard to the theatrical versions of the Flash and Aquaman and everything, and we know that it's becoming a multiverse. So we're going to have the Snyderverse on one side, we'll have the Filmverse branching off of the Flash and another, and so on. So it's not saying that Ben Affleck won't be done at the end of Flash when it comes to theatrical films, but I don't think that he'll be completely done in regards to the Snyderverse. Now, Henry Cavill said that Zack Snyder has hindsight now. That's basically saying that he has an understanding. He knows what people are expecting. He knows what people want to see, what they don't want to see, how they react to different things, which will make the film or series of films better. That's very important to point that whole bit out, because the Snyder Cut is mostly done. You can't sit there and say that the Snyder Cut is not done, that it was not complete. People are going to sit there and fight with you constantly, say there was never a Snyder Cut. No, there was always a Snyder Cut. There was always a 214-minute cut sitting on his shelf that was mostly done, that needed to finish VFX to be released. That is what the movement, that is what the Snyder Cut movement was about getting that. But we won, and we got something even better. We are getting the uncompromised version, or the scary, dark take from Zack Snyder. He's being allowed to do that now, which is absolutely phenomenal and fantastic. And it's something that everybody should be excited about, because this is going to be huge, huge for us, the fans. We're going to see something great. But most of it is shot. He's doing some additional photography. Range of between $30 million and $100 million, somewhere between there is what the amount of money he was given to do these additional scenes. Now, remember, this is being turned into a episodic film of sorts. So we're getting 4 parts. Now, when he initially shot the movie, he did not envision a 4-part story arc for this film. So those additional research, not research, but that additional photography is going to help that flow better, as well as adding some scenes that he was not able to or not allowed to add during the initial and principal photography of the movie. So if the movie is basically made at this point, the movie is I mean, how much? He had there's rumored 4 to 5 hours worth of footage, and then he's going in for some additional photography. If you ask me, most likely what's going to happen here is, we're going to get Zack Snyder's Justice League Part 1, and then his hindsight that he has is going to be able to manipulate and change the course of his 5-part arc, and making it in a way that people would be more receptive to it and more accepting of what he is doing. Because remember, Batman vs. Superman was not highly regarded. And now that isn't all Zack's fault. I'm not going to say that none of it was Zack's fault, because, he went in a direction that a lot of people were not expecting, and we definitely didn't think it was going to happen with the darker take. I love it. Some people don't. And that's kind of the problem that a lot of people have, is how dark and how gritty everything went for his version of these characters. But he now has hindsight, and he can change that up now. He can do some different things that he wasn't necessarily thinking about doing at the time, and how much involvement was a Green Lantern going to have? How much involvement can he have now? What was Martian Manhunter going to do in these films? How much involvement will he have now? All that sort of stuff is interesting because he has hindsight now, and he can do these things to do a lot more for the overall art of what he's creating. So, again, Cavill explaining the importance of the Justice League, of Zack Snyder's Justice League, kind of lets slip that maybe there's more on the way. And a lot of people don't really know this, aren't aware of this, aren't excited about it. I don't know. I don't know why some people want to fight the whole idea that there's additional Snyder Cut stuff coming. I mean, we fought so hard for this, and it's here. It's coming. We can rejoice. The fact that people are freaking out and saying, no, we don't want it, is kind of annoying to me, if you ask me. But that's it. That's all for today's Free Talk. Thanks for watching, joining in. Let me know in the comments what you think about the Snyder Cut and the relevance of it, how important it is, and if we're going to be getting more. Yeah. With all that said, make sure to head to spoilerverse.com for more Bridging to Geekdoms. I'm going to fix this camera angle, try and get it as good as I can. Yeah, so keep on the lookout. I'll be doing more of these. Thanks for listening. See ya.